Flight Sim 2024 is shaping up to be the flight sim of a decade. Or is it? Today, we're going to be talking about the horrendous career mode in Flight Simulator. More importantly, why it sucks. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So as you guys know, I really want to start moving towards 2024. One of the only things holding me back at the moment is chase plane. I just cannot stand the default camera system in Flight Simulator. It's just horrible and horrendous. But I thought I'd push that aside for a day and I'd try out 2024. And one of the things I wanted to see if anything had changed was career mode. Because when I last played career mode, it was a complete mess. Which was a shame because it has so much potential. And it does do a lot of things right, like its instrument rating and certificate system. It works really well, especially for newcomers that don't understand how to do patterns or intercept VORs or fly approaches. It's a really great way of getting them to learn the basics. But sadly, other than that, it really falls short in every aspect, in my opinion. But either way, I fired up career mode and I thought I'd give a try a few missions to see if it had improved anymore. It's been 9 months since we've had the launch of 2024. And we're just on the brink of Sim Update 3. And within the first mission, I was not surprised at all. Staring me straight in the face was one of the biggest issues I've had with career mode. For the most part, the missions themselves are okay. The issue lies with the airports. If the airport features any photogrammetry but isn't a handmade airport, you may as well consider the mission a total loss. That's because there's a good chance you'll run into one of the following bugs. Either the trees aren't going to be picked up right and they're going to come out as giant spikes in the ground, which a lot of the time for some reason it can be right in the middle of a runway. Perfect, right? But it gets better. It often means the elevation for the runways are going to be wrong. And for the most part this is okay. It just means it'll be a little more bumpy than usual, or you might see some artifacting and some quirks. But by far the most common one I've seen is just straight up trenches in runways. And unfortunately you often don't see this till last minute. You'll literally fly into a trench and just ruin the aircraft and fail the mission. This can be both on takeoff and landing. On takeoff it's not so bad because you can quickly exit out the mission before it hurts your reputation. But on landing, after you've been flying for an hour or two, it just gets to be really frustrating. So this happened on the first 2 test flights. I spawned in a photogrammetry airport in completely different locations, and one, a tree had an invisible hitbox that just wouldn't let the aircraft turn around. And 2, the photogrammetry was so bad at the airport that there was a massive trench through the runway that I didn't see till last minute. Yeah, that happened. But anyway, moving forward, I thought I'd give a crack at some agricultural aviation, which was something I was actually really excited to see in the trailer. It looked amazing. We saw the crops being reacted to the wind, we saw all the CFDs being affected with the mist, we saw all kinds of different technologies and this amazing showcase to say this is what's coming to 2024. But I'm sure as many of you know, what we saw is not exactly what we got. One of the first things I did when I got 2024 was look at the SDK. I wanted to see these new trees that react to wind and all these different other objects that we saw in the trailer. And one of the most annoying things I noticed was missing were all the crops. You could spawn in single blades of corn, but they did not react to wind in the same way that we saw the trailer. And there were no crops. And when I finally got around to unlocking the agricultural aviation missions, I was really disappointed. The functionality is all there. As long as you get an airport you can take off from, you can do the mission. But it misses everything that we saw. There's no crops. You're just flying over a field and spraying fertilizer over nothing. It's a minor detail, but for me it's kind of important. The whole thing about 2024 was really increasing that immersion to the next step. And it feels like we're kind of shown a tech demo that was never really meant to be for the public. But again, as long as you don't have any massive objects in the way of the mission, it works pretty much flawlessly. Which is a shame, because it had so much potential. And it still kind of does. There is some hope. But unfortunately, across all the different mission categories, you're bound to run into one of the bugs I've shown. And that's not to mention the ATC issues. You'll get penalised for things that you're not even told to do, and aircrafts that are just completely bugged. Now, for the most part, career mode isn't that big of a deal for me. I've always liked free flight through every flight simulator, mainly because that's where the third-party support is, that's where the community is, and that's what makes Flight Simulator so great. I've never bought a flight simulator expecting it to be perfect out of the box, which gets to my next point. I don't understand why they restricted the career mode from third-party developers in the community. Simple things like the World Hub would have fixed a lot of these issues, or even allowing the community to make their own missions and publish it to the career mode. If we were able to incorporate things like just flights, fly the line, or fly lat, or any of those kind of things directly into the career mode, that would be huge. And that's where Microsoft's strong point has always been, with third-party support. And thankfully the community, as always, has come to the rescue. If you are really looking for a career mode, there's plenty of alternatives to the default career mode in 2024. There's so many different options now, whether you're looking for freeware or paidware. If you're looking for freeware, things like NeoFly are a great option. There's also FlyLat, and there's also virtual airlines. If you're really looking to take on a commercial pilot role, then definitely check out some of the virtual airlines out there. But if you're looking for a really solid option, then some of the paidware ones are absolutely phenomenal. Things like Just Flight's Fly the Line, or if you've got Miltech's MH60, the Mission Hub, things like that are incredible, especially the Mission Hub. Miltech's Mission Hub will literally let you create any mission you want within a matter of seconds. You don't need to be a developer, you don't need to know how to code or anything. You can just make a few clicks, make a mission, and go fly it straight away. No need to restart the sim, no need to mess about. And for those who do want to go a bit deeper, you can add your own custom objects, you can add as much as you want. But if you're looking to do 2024's default career mode, I'd really be cautious with how much time you spend in it. If you've got time to waste, then go for your life. But in my opinion, with the amount of bugs, it just isn't worth it. And just to correct myself a little bit, there is some third-party support in the career mode. Some aircrafts purchased strictly only through the FS marketplace will allow you to use them in certain missions, which I find really annoying and upsetting, because most of the time I buy my aircraft outside of the simulator, oftentimes with either directly at the developer or with a large vendor. And the main reason for that is because oftentimes marketplace is late to the party to get some aircraft. And not only that, if there's an update, it can sometimes be weeks, if not months later before the marketplace gets it. So when it's released and I buy it, I'll often go directly to the vendor. I'm not going to wait weeks for it to come to the marketplace. But then it means I miss out on what little support there is in the career mode to use those aircraft. You can't use them. So while 2024 is a visual masterpiece, and in terms of flight dynamics, absolutely kicks the crap out of 2020, in my opinion, there's still a lot of setbacks in a lot of different areas. But why don't you let me know what you think? Have you flown much career mode? Are you enjoying it? Maybe I'm completely wrong and just gotten some horrendous luck. Let me know down in the comments. But thank you so much for watching the video. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. So be sure to leave the video a like, and if you could subscribe, it'd help me out a lot. I know you guys have been absolutely killing it with the support, and I truly cannot thank you enough. So be sure to join the Discord, and until next time, I'll catch you then.